Hello, and welcome to reCapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at reCapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
What's up, Delora? We are back.
We are back. Hi, y'all. I know you missed us. I know you were wondering if we got caught up in the rapture. We did not, because it didn't happen, you know?
Are we happy about that, though? I don't
know. No man knows
the day or the hour
or the day. So, like, when people were like, on Tuesday, September 24th, or whatever that day was, people were giving things away. For the people who were giving away money, why was I not in line? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Y'all take stuff far. I'm joking, kinda. I mean, I just want to be, if it happens soon, I just want to be amongst that first flock. Go ahead and take me.
In the number, right?
Go ahead and take me. Don't leave me behind with this. But, we're here. So hello. Welcome back. Any new listeners, what's good? Any returning listeners? Thank you. We love you.
Also, for the new listeners, love to know what episode got you coming. I love to know that.
That's a great question. Or whom got you coming? If you're getting some Rex out there, shout them out.
Yes, love to know.
It's a great question. I was just going to dive into, for those who are not familiar, this is our Thursday episode, which means that we're going to dive into pop culture streets. I'm actually kind of glad we didn't do last week because it was dry as hell. And I was not super excited about our subjects, but we have a few more juicy ones that we can dive into a little bit this week. So let's get rolling. The first one up, I was very excited about. It's Reading Rainbow. After nearly 20 years since LeVar Burton left the airwaves as the host of Reading Rainbow, it is returning this fall. The new host, Michael Threets. If you have not heard of Michael, or Michael, I'm not sure which to call this man because I don't even know if I've ever heard him say his name.
Mm-hmm.
He is a big fan of the original, and he is also a librarian who is, I guess I want to call him like internet famous at this point.
Yes. He used to have wonderful content.
I've heard about him.
But when he on his rise.
Yeah, I've heard about him. I've seen some of the videos, and I'm just thrilled at the idea of not only this type of content coming back for kids and for the next generation, which, hell, myself, I may be watching some of these episodes, but also just to see that the legacy was passed to another Black man makes me very, very happy.
Very happy
to still have that level of representation, especially when it comes to education and literature and all of the things. So any other thoughts from you, Delora, as the mantle is passed on the legendary Reading Rainbow?
Yes, I love everything about this. Reading Rainbow is so important. It's so funny because I'm reminded of how important PBS is, and in light of all these federal cuts and things along those lines, Reading Rainbow, Wishbone, even freaking Author, just wonderful programming for children that allowed us to learn about the Count of Monte Cristo and the Emperor
the
with no
real Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes, it's so important, and reading is so important. As you all know, I love a good book, but reading is political, it is controversial because it allows you to open up your mind to become more of a critical thinker, to have empathy for characters that you wouldn't care about. Like, that's why it was illegal. You know what I mean? So I just think instilling the joy of reading within children is essential, especially in today's times.
I'm so sorry if y'all are hearing a couple interruptions. I'm literally trying to pull something up on my phone that I wanted to reference as you were talking about that. So my bad for the interruptions to the listening experience. But absolutely on the impact on PBS. I don't know if I've ever said it on the mic, but PBS, working for PBS is one of my dream jobs, has always been one of my dream jobs since I've been
Really
in media. I've
interesting.
applied to jobs and roles with PBS a few times. So yes, it's just one of those things for me where I think, entertainment and media is one thing and that I love, but I also love public service. And I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really realize how much until I was in some roles where I was able to work with local nonprofits and things like that and see the need and the impact there and the work you can do with media in those spaces. I was on the board of a nonprofit as the public relations chair and was able to have a lot of influence
Yes,
because of
I
the
remember
role that I
that.
was in. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the availability of messaging obviously is different now with social media, but again, this is such a big touchstone we were able to have in our youth and
Mm-hmm.
influence, and I'm excited. I'm gonna have to watch some of these episodes for sure, but I also wanted to mention, just talking about literature, shout out to Solange. She
Yes.
launched the St. Huron Library to preserve and share rare Black literature. And I am referencing Essence Magazine. I'm looking at their Instagram. This is what I was trying to pull up, y'all. But it says Solange Knowles is once again proving that art can be accessible to everyone through her creative platform. She's launching the St. Huron Library, a digital archive dedicated to making rare and out of print works by Black and Brown authors, poets, and artists accessible to all. The library, announced on Instagram, houses first editions and archival treasures that often sit out of reach. The books can be borrowed free of charge, which is huge, for 45 days. And readers receive a
Wow.
prepaid return label, making the process simple and built on community trust. This is such a big deal, especially at a time where we've been seeing the attempt to stifle real history, real
Stifle,
messaging,
remove it,
completely
whitewash it.
erase it. Completely erase it. You're
Girl,
right. The language needs to be stronger.
yes.
Obliterate the real stories and the people behind them. So that was beautiful. I just wanted to tie these two together, and
Yes.
then I'll
Wonderful tie-in.
I'll end with Michael's Instagram message after this announcement where he said there have been two hosts in the history of Reading Rainbow: the legend of literacy, the legend of literacy. I love that. LeVar Burton
Yes.
and me, Michael Threets, a librarian. I was raised on Reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton is my hero. I am a reader. I am a librarian because LeVar Burton and Reading Rainbow so powerfully made us believe we belong in books. We belong everywhere. I'm getting chills. I am so happy
Yes.
for all of us that Reading Rainbow is returning. You all did this. We're flying twice as high. Butterflies in the sky. Stay tuned.
So beautiful. You know what I love? I love that he's giving the great LeVar Burton his props
Absolutely.
because one of the things that I appreciate about his career is obviously the world was really introduced to him through Roots, Kunta Kinte, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Roots was first this literary masterpiece that was then adapted into this TV movie that really shook America. It was like one of those seismic shifts when it comes to culture and like opening white people's eyes to like the terrors of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the fact that he did that along with Reading Rainbow, in addition to Star Trek, which I love because Black people are in the
Belong
future.
everywhere.
everywhere in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, I know that's Star Wars, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, do not play with us. Like, don't act. If you think a green blue monster with horns and five eyes can exist, a black person can exist in that same universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's call it what it is.
So,
Racism. It is nothing other than that.
I was reminded of that in Michael's message when he speaks to how we belong in books, we belong everywhere. So that's what it reminded me of.
It makes me so happy. And whether y'all want to believe it or not, Rue was black. Rue was
Rue was
always black.
absolutely black, and her death was devastating.
Devastating. And fuck all y'all who didn't feel that way. To the
The
death
fact that
of
people
me.
formed their mouths to say, because she was brown, it didn't impact me the same way.
I mean, it was so eye
Wild.
opening. And I know we've talked about this in the
Wild.
podcast before, guys, but it was so like it was a gut punch for me in a way because again, it's not like we don't know that racism is always prevalent, it's always around, it always has been. Hopefully, we were hoping it wouldn't always be, but we'll see. I was shocked and appalled by the discussion around that when it happened at the time. And
Yes.
not even, I mean, it was other people of color who were saying stuff like this too. And I was like, this is the side of society and of the world that if God gives me one question to ask someday, that will be it. Because I would just never understand it. It's insane to me. But I don't want to go off on too far of a tangent. I want to give this man his props. I'm super excited. I'm looking at an article from E! News and seeing that there will be some celebs that make it onto these first batch of episodes. Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Adam Devine, Gabrielle Union, Jamie Chung, amongst some others. So that's very exciting. And Reading Rainbow will premiere on the Kids Zuko YouTube channel every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Episodes will also be
Oh, I
available on
love
their
how it'll be
website.
something available and look forward to each week.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to our next headline of today. Selena Gomez is now officially a married woman. She and Benny Blanco got
Look at me
married
now.
on September 30th. She shared some photos. She looked lovely. The white was whiting.
I loved all her dresses. I love the laced one. Shout out to Ralph Lauren. I love the silk one. She looked fantastic.
And I might have been a little bit of a hater of this relationship at the start. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. But she seemed so happy. I heard her on Amy Poehler's podcast none too long ago. If y'all are not listening to Amy Poehler's podcast, it is one that I thoroughly enjoy. It always brings me joy. Regina Hall was the latest guest, and Regina is so
Yes.
funny.
Funny. She's so funny.
So funny.
I I love her.
But when Selena was on there and she was saying, "You seem like you're in such a good place," you could tell she genuinely was. And that's not something in the history of me seeing Selena Gomez in the public eye that I would say
Mm-hmm.
has seemed like the case. It seems like she's had a lot of issues outside of just even her health, but just like she didn't often seem good, if that makes sense. Like as a celebrity, it seemed like she was
Mm-hmm.
kind of often going through some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
I
just
mean, to
happy
be
that she's
fair, I feel like
happy.
she was a part of that generation of Disney stars like the Demi Lovato's and,
Yeah,
Miley's who had something going on.
being a
So,
child star generally historically is tough, especially when you don't have a good support system or you don't have
yes.
strong family, things like that. We've seen those people kind of crash and burn. But for her,
Right.
she had a very high profile relationship with Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
She had challenges with
And
her
her health.
family, with her mother. She has struggled with her health with lupus. She had that kidney transplant. I mean, it's just been a lot. So I was genuinely happy to see her happy. I'll say that. So if Benny is a part of that, amen,
Right.
hallelujah. Good for y'all.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I saw this post on social media, and it was a couple of posts, one from a man, one from a woman, but from the man's perspective, he's like, marry your dream girl and
Mm-hmm.
you'll be like just so happy. And from the girl's perspective, she was like, I'm my husband's dream girl. Like he would do anything for me. And I feel that in this relationship because he understands that she's the prize.
Yes.
And
Yes,
he
yes.
seems to have some really great emotional intelligence that
This is the thing. And this, I'm sorry, I'm going to be completely honest on this microphone. He is not an attractive man to me. And so
no,
I
he
think,
knows that.
I think often you cultivate so many other things when you're not like what's the word people always use
Traditionally
traditionally.
attractive,
It's not even traditionally though, it's some other word people use a lot of times. There
conventionally.
you go, conventionally attractive. He seems so, first of all, he's hella talented, right? He's super
Yes.
talented,
Yep.
and apparently he's a really good
Which can be
cook.
attractive for some people. Yes.
Absolutely, especially with him because he seems very demure, very mindful type energy.
Yes.
He's not
Yes.
arrogant and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
boisterous. He's a very good cook from what she has
Mm-hmm.
said. He, on the interview he did with Jay Shetty that they did together, he said,
Yes.
"I start my day thinking about how I can make her day better." And I was like, "Well, shit. That's it right there. That's it
Love
right
it.
there."
I
That's the
love it.
energy you definitely don't get unless you somebody's dream girl. Cause, sir,
Exactly. I love it. I love it. And, it is what it is. That's her husband. She the only one that got to worry about waking up to his face every morning. But
and
I say that to say,
gotta love
like you
it.
said, she seems like she's well loved, and I love that for her.
Yeah, and I always say too, I bring this up a lot lately. The whole song from Cinderella of "Do I love you because you're beautiful or are you beautiful because I love you?" That is so
Yes.
real because
Mm-hmm.
it's the latter. You're
Yeah.
beautiful because I love you. When you fall in love with somebody and they
Mm-hmm.
are genuinely like, that inner beauty
Yeah.
becomes the thing. Like if they weren't, even if like before you never, it's like there you had rose colored glasses and suddenly, I see
Girl,
you for
I
who you are. You're
remember growing
beautiful.
up having the biggest crush on a guy in high school. I mean, he was every girl's fave. And I finally had the courage to say something to him. Um, and he was dumb. And I was like, oh, oh no. And that was a quick lesson because I realized I like smart guys. Like I cannot be the
Yes, like you
smartest
may
one
be
in this
pretty,
relationship.
but I
Like
gotta let you go.
I was like, oh well, and he looked completely regular. I mean, he had the gorgeous eyes and everything, and
I've never been an eye person. I love Jesse Williams, but I've never been an eye person. But yeah, it definitely makes such a difference. I mean, would I still mess with you if you're pretty but dumb? Absolutely. But it just depends on what the circumstances are around it.
okay.
Just
I
telling my
love
truth.
intelligent. I love intelligence. I love that you're good at what you do. Like those things makes me happy.
Well, I guess I
In
should say
addition
too,
to
there's different types of intelligence that I've come to
yes,
realize when you get older too.
yes,
Even if you're not,
yeah,
you didn't do great in school, you have other
no,
aspects
but
of
you're
intelligence.
yes, he
Yeah.
was giving me nothing, and
Yeah.
but we
I
were in
got you.
high school too. You know what I mean? So he might
Mm-hmm.
have grown into something, but
Well,
I
we're gonna
I
hope
remember
so.
I remember having a conversation, and all he wanted to talk about was what his outfit was going to be the next day, and I was
Mm.
like, oh,
So it's not just that he's dumb, it's boredom. He's boring. Cause you can be not even the smartest cookie and you still have a great conversation with somebody. He was
correct,
boring.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I hope,
because we're
wishing you the best,
coming from
sir.
two conversationalists, right? It's
Yeah.
like I need.
Word wizards, we gonna need you to be able to speak, keep a conversation.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So, wishing that man the very best. All right, let's move on. We got to move on from marriage to divorce.
I was
Damn.
gonna say I'm adding word wizard to our
I stole that from a work tool. So, there you go.
okay. You
Nic-
brilliantly borrowed it. I learned that
yeah,
phrase. Yes.
brilliantly borrowed, repurposed, whatever. Nicole Kidman has filed for divorce from Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage. I didn't even realize it had been this long. Like,
It's
I
been
still
a
remember when
long
they first
minute.
got together. How old am I? Jesus.
We're ageless, okay?
There you go. I'll take it. TMZ, of course, was the first to report the news. She filed in Nashville, where the couple has lived since 2007. I didn't even know that. Um,
She
she
was she
listed
was trying to be with him. Oh,
She
this
was,
makes
I
me
mean,
so upset.
there's also a beauty to not living in LA for a lot of these folks after a period of time.
Yes.
Cause like, where does, I think Sandra lives in like Austin and like few people,
Yeah.
even Mark Wahlberg and his family moved to Vegas. So,
Yeah.
she listed their date of separation as the date of filing. So I guess it's still fairly fresh. They were married in June 2006 after meeting at a gala in LA and shared two daughters. Dang, their oldest daughter is 17 now. Get out of here.
Yeah.
She, according to this People article, didn't want this and had been fighting to save the marriage. I didn't realize until all this came out that Keith Urban had substance abuse issues.
Oh, girl, I remember this vividly. And I say this because I'm always rooting for Nicole, especially after she made her grand escape. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so when she got with Keith Urban, I was like, oh, this is an interesting choice. Like, because she was with Lenny Kravitz for a minute too. Like, you know what I mean? So
What a
um
pair.
when she got with him, he immediately went into rehab. And I was like, whoa, it must have been
Yeah.
that
He
bad
said
because
after like 4 months.
I'm like, it must have been so bad because it's like, y'all just got married. Like, and in Hollywood speak, I'm like, you would have thought they would have been able to, keep that under wraps. But she was out here visiting him at rehab, making sure he was okay.
Well, that's the thing too. I remember they got married really fast because she's talked about it over the years. Like, oh, we married and then we kind of dated in the
Mm,
marriage, and it's usually the inverse, right? So
right.
a slippery slope sometimes with stuff like that to me. Like I struggle with rushing into stuff like that because I don't feel like you really know the person in her case and in his. Obviously, they made it 19 years, which that's still a success. I think we
Yeah.
forget that forever is finite for everything. Like forever, there's no forever for anybody because we're all going to die and a lot of things
Well,
happen.
a
So
lot of
20
these,
years is a success.
it is. And especially when the life expectancy is much longer than it was back in the day, I feel like it was easy to say forever when people were just living to like a good 50,
So you validating
like,
having like three spouses because you like, hey, I'll give you 20, I'll get a next one 20, and then I'll get a next one 20. That's all y'all got. I got to spread the love out here.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm
Dave,
saying
you're on notice.
is, life is long and, if it's a toxic environment, you need to, leave immediately for the quality of life. But it seems like she doesn't really want this. But I guess in this exclusive people.com article, he's not being honest. So
Mm, yeah, I don't know. Marriage is tough. I don't know nothing about that. But from what I hear,
the question is, do you want to know about it? Because the
that
way you talk about
I
it,
don't think so. I try to be more careful with my words now because a lot
yes,
of the things you speak can come to pass because you
it's
speak it.
life or death.
So I always say, I just don't know. It is in God's hands. I will say that
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of reasons in my mind to not get married. I think
Interesting.
I think there's beauty to marriage. I just don't think there's a one size fits all the way that it has been
I
portrayed.
agree. I agree
Right?
completely.
Yeah.
Everybody's relationship, if you were to really look into it, be like a hell. Like, for example, love the Obamas. They were couple goes for, during their era. And then as Michelle talks about their relationship, I'm like, oh no, me Obama would be fighting. Like
The
the
thing
things she put up with.
is Obama is such an ambitious person. It takes a
Yes.
special person to deal with that level of ambition.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's one facet
Yes.
of his
Exactly.
personality. One.
but but she would say like things like, oh, I just got one more, and just not show up. And then I'm like, oh, that is his wife. She has the patience, or she didn't really have it, but she's
Yeah.
gonna stay beside her man. Let's stand beside him.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, at least for now, these crazy kids aren't going to make it. But, wishing them obviously both well. We really support Nicole Kidman on this podcast. We do a lot
We
of her
do.
projects in
We
terms of
do.
recaps and stuff.
You know
So,
what's also sad is like I guess he's already singing different verses to songs. So there was this one song he famously wrote for Nicole that he used to say baby for. And I guess he replaced it with Maggie, who is his new 25-year-old guitarist.
they're always so cliche with this when they end up
It's
getting a
boring.
divorce and then end
It's
up with some.
boring.
I forget, there's another celebrity right now who's doing this. It's not Scooter Braun, because I know that's one that comes to mind with Sydney, but it's somebody else who just broke up
Is Scooter
recently.
getting divorced? I know he's dating Sydney, but I didn't know he was
I,
married.
yeah, I think he was married before this.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he has a
Mhm.
child. So I
Okay.
thought so. But there's somebody else that I'm thinking of who's with somebody, and it's like, really? Like, y'all have to do the textbook formulaic. I left my or got a divorce from my wife, or she divorced me of so and so age, and now I'm with this person who's 20 to 30 years younger than me.
Mm,
What do y'all talk about?
nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't mad at Kate in our upcoming recap dating the former caddy.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Why
Why not?
not? Why not? All right. Well, wishing y'all both the best. Nicole, we got you on the support.
Yep.
We got you.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to Jimmy Kimmel. We did not get a chance. Kimmel was going to be the one hot topic to talk about last week,
Yes.
and
It
we
was
did
a
not
hot,
get a
hot topic.
chance. Yeah. So, Delora and I privately had conversations about, especially because of this podcast, how we were going to kind of maneuver given what was going on and Kimmel getting pulled off the air. Kimmel, it was reinstated within like that next week.
Yes.
He did get back on air. He gave his monologue, did not
Yep.
hold back,
He did not.
which I enjoyed. And the latest development is both Kimmel and Colbert appeared as guests on
Yes.
each other's shows, which
I love that.
I don't know. I think I've may have mentioned on the podcast before. Jimmy Kimmel was the only late night host I've ever gone to a taping of
Oh
live.
no. Okay, I
I
didn't
thought
know
I've
that.
talked about that before. Yeah, this
Well, I
was
think
during one of
so. When
my
you went to
California trips.
LA.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
this
remember
was when
now.
I was still with my old
You
company.
said the studio was pretty small.
Aren't TV sets always smaller than you imagine? Like they really
Hmm.
are. They are sets. So we got to go in the audience. It was who was the guest that night? I think it was what's her name who gave the kidney to Selena. I'm blanking on her name right now. She was on Grownish. She was on Secret
Oh,
Life of the American Teenager. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah. I know who you're
Actress.
talking about.
Yeah.
And
Hispanic.
yep, yep.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's who the guest was. But yes, me and shout out to Teresa, friend of the pod. We went and checked it out. It was fun. But these are two
Oh,
that I actually like.
Francia? Is that?
Francia Raisa. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. These are two late night hosts I really, really like. I am glad
I
that they
love Colbert.
were
He's like
able to
my
get back
fave.
together and
Mm.
just I'm sure Trump was somewhere irate at their mockery, but I loved to see it. Y'all can't see the gestures that Dolores is doing since we're not doing video just yet.
Kick rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So
glad that they
Kimmel,
have prevailed despite the nonsense. That's what I'll
yeah.
say. Even though these
Well,
are two white men who
Colbert
have a lot
didn't
of power.
technically,
I mean, but
but
come on. Colbert ain't about to stay unemployed. You know what I'm
no, he's
saying?
not. He's
He's
not.
gonna be fine.
But what I will say is I definitely watched that monologue. It was so good. But of course, the best thing out of that monologue was like, yes, and Disney wanted me to read these prepared notes. And he's
Yeah.
like, to reactivate your subscription. What did they say? 1.7 million subscribers
It
deactivated their
was
account.
it was substantial.
I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking about, just being very intentional with the dollar because the way they acting like in these streets, taking our money for granted, doing
Yeah.
whatever I'm like, who signed up for this?
Yeah.
Who
And
signed up for it?
it's so tough. Like I am staunch. Like I don't want to give my money to the places and spaces that are not aligned with my morals and values. And it's so tough to really stick to that sometimes with what is out here
Yes.
in the marketplace.
Yes.
Like where else can I go get home improvement other than like Lowe's, Home Depot? And both I don't neither of them are good choices based on politics. I've tried to start going to Menards for some things.
Yeah.
Let me say though, my family was on the Hulu cancellation wave, but the flip side of that that sucks is it also impacts Black creatives. You know, we have Reasonable
Yes.
Doubt that just restarted. We
Just
have
came
Abbott
out.
Elementary that just came back the night we're
Yes.
recording. Like those things bother me. It's this, I mean, it's the same thing we went through with the Target boycott, obviously, where you
Yeah.
have the Black folks who are in that store being impacted. But it's like you do have to take a stance at some point for the things that really matter to you.
Well, I mean,
And the
the way
almighty
things are
dollar is the
going,
best way to do it.
we all need to save money anyway.
I mean,
Because
these are the facts. These are
uh,
the facts.
it's looking rough and the government is shut down. It Ashley is rough out here.
It's a
It's so
crazy
rough.
world. That's why I
You
said, are
know
we
what's so
sure we didn't
funny?
want the rapture to go ahead and come?
Listen, I finished 107 days
By Kamala.
by VP Kamala Harris. It's good. It's a good read. It's a good behind the scenes. We love a good behind the scenes moment. She's dropping the F bomb and everything. And I'm like, yes. It
Now,
still is light
Rachel,
work because
okay.
I feel like it's still filtered.
Okay. Because I was going to say, Rachel on Higher Learning said she was disappointed. So I'm like,
But she gave us something.
yeah.
She didn't keep it all roses and rainbows. Like she
Hmm.
was real about going off on her husband for forgetting to do something for her birthday. She was like, I am running for president. Where are my gifts?
Well, I may have to use an Audible credit and take a listen. I'm currently listening to a book for work and then a book for leisure. And my book for leisure is one that I think you've definitely already read by Tia Williams,
Which one?
A love song for Ricky Wilds.
Yes, yes, yes. How far along are you in that one?
Not that far. I'm
Okay,
starting literally these two at the same time. So I'm like between my
understood.
podcasts and, I got to mix it
Yeah.
up. I can't, if I stay stagnant, I don't know if anybody else is like this. If I stay stagnant on one thing for audio, I lose like my focus on it. So like I can't listen to one audiobook for a long time because then I'll realize I didn't catch anything they said in the last like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Because in my mind is just thinking about a lot of other things. So I'm keeping it interesting, but yeah, I'll have to give Kamala's book a little bit of a read or listen in my case. We'll
Well,
see.
yeah, I wanted to know what happened. So,
I mean, absolutely. And support, right? Show some support.
yes, because I mean, she is, um, I'm not gonna say she's unemployed, but she's currently a free agent.
Yeah, trying to decide on her next move. Yeah. So we've been talking about content and we got to talk about this whole AI movement that we've talked about a lot on social media and all this stuff. And it is taken hold in Hollywood to a new level with this AI actress that is now out and about in the streets. Tilly Norwood is the AI generated actress that is drawing intense backlash from Hollywood. I'm looking at a CNN article. It is the latest movie industry feud over a technology that many creatives worry has stolen their work and could eventually replace them. Tilly looks like a young woman, wavy brown hair. Since February, has been posting on Instagram and is pursuing an acting career, recently posting about doing screen tests. But this is an AI generated creation by Eileen Vander Velden, founder of AI startup Particle 6, which says it creates digital content for film and TV. Tilly recently bragged that in 20 seconds, I fought monsters, fled explosions, sold you a car, and nearly won an Oscar, all in a day's work. Literally. Find yourself an actress who can do it all, along with the hashtag AI actress. Sophie Turner, Queen of the North, commented, wow, no thanks. Cameron Copperwath, actor from or actress from Shameless and American Horror Story, said, this is incredibly thoughtless and frankly disturbing. I hope this backfires in every way humanly and well non-humanly possible. Nosferatu actor said F off. There's a lot to talk about here. Mara Wilson even stepped out. Listen, I ain't heard about Mara Wilson saying ish in years. And she said, you didn't make this. Hundreds of real workers, real photographers, camera operators, even farmers made this. You took their work and pretended it was yours. I am so tired of AI being shoved down my fucking throat at this point. Yes, there are AI tools that I find very valuable. I
Yeah,
cannot live now without my AI note takers that accompany my meetings because I need to move on to the next one and the next one and the next one. But
right.
I do not want to see AI musicians, AI actors and actresses. We still don't even know the full ramifications of what it's doing to our environment and to the
Listen,
world yet.
impacting our water source because you can't recycle the water that's used on these machines, these data
Girl,
centers. It's quite alarming for me when it comes to this AI conversation, especially in regards to the art. I'm not interested in it because frankly, it's soulless. Like I was looking at her Instagram profile, it's just soulless. The eyes, the music. I don't want to touch AI music with a 10-foot pole because I'm just like,
no.
what is really going on here? Like what's being played in the background? What are the intentions? Like I do understand that yes, people are programming it, but what I don't understand is how they're trying to like essentially market her as if she's an actress and trying to get a contract with an agency and all that. I'm like, what's the difference between this and an animated film? You know what
And
I mean?
that's what the creator was trying to liken it to, but in reality, you're not. The look and feel of it, you're trying to make it human. Your hope is that instead of giving the lead role to an actress on the scene, that your AI creation would take the place of that role. Let's be for real. This, you're not trying to replace Shrek. You're trying to
Right.
replace whoever,
The
insert
next,
Emily
right.
Blunt in
Yes.
the next Devil Wears Prada is who you're trying to replace with Tilly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm And it's not just creative spaces. Like I said, every day there's something else that comes out about AI that disturbs me. And what sucks is I just don't know how to escape it without like going into some type of underground bunker because it's being forced upon you in everything.
Well, that and everyone's job is being threatened by it. Like, in a
Yeah,
way,
that's what
it
I'm saying.
was so funny.
Adoption is not an option. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's so funny. We talked about this a little bit off mic, but I was telling Ashley that we were on a ranch in Kentucky, and my daughter rode a horse for the first time. And literally, while I'm there, standing in this barn with all these horses, goats just chilling, walking by you. There's a cat, again, completely unbothered. And I'm just thinking, well, AI won't replace any of this anytime soon. But seriously, everything else is like, you know,
Mm-hmm. Under threat, under constant threat. I'm
yeah,
tired of it. I don't know how to escape it. Skynet could be here any day. Um, I don't know, but it's a thumbs down for me on especially these creative spaces trying to adopt this. I mean, music with the AI imitation. Music is all about connection. It's all about soul. Y'all will maybe the
completely.
Swifties, maybe they'll like that. Me,
That sounds, but I'm not gonna lie,
not
all of
me.
her music as of recently sounds like rinse and repeat.
I'm just saying,
But
like not me, not the R&B girlies. Mm-mm. That AI can't sing like Jasmine Sullivan. Mm-mm. Can't give me the chills.
whew,
Mm-mm.
Ray,
No, ma'am.
yes,
All right, let's move on to our last topic of the day, which is our hot topic. Bad Bunny has been announced as a Super Bowl halftime performer. What's funny about this for me is that I can barely speak Spanish anymore. I don't even really watch or listen to too much Bad Bunny, but I am thrilled by this choice and have deep regrets that I did not make it to his shows in Puerto Rico. I really should have made it a priority to go because I just find him to be such an exciting, like, musical presence. I always have. Like, I'll watch the performances, I can't understand them, and I'll just be like, but that was fantastic. And I feel the same about the Super Bowl halftime show. I think just like with Usher, it's like striking while the iron is hot at the moment,
yes,
and then also
yes.
throwing shit in the face of what the right would prefer. And
Ashley,
that
oh my
thrills me as
gosh.
well.
First of all, I'm excited because I'm excited. I do not speak Spanish, but Bad Bunny has the vibes, and I be playing his music every once in a while. Him and Rosalia, like we be having it in the background every once in a while, just vibing out because he has bops. Okay. In addition to that, though, Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican. Guess what, y'all? This is why civics and social studies matter. Puerto Rico is a part of the United States.
U.S. territory.
Like, people are like, ICE agents are going to be at the Super Bowl. First of all,
They said what?
girl, the Hill is reporting that ICE agents are to attend the Super
That's
Bowl.
disgusting.
And I'm just like, do y'all realize the people that y'all are trying to get probably can't afford tickets to get nosebleed seats at the freaking Super Bowl? Like, what are you
Oh,
talking about?
yeah. I mean, but that doesn't mean that some of those owners won't
Their
invite
girlfriends? No, just
won't invite some of these folks to their boxes and whatever else they have because that would be on brand.
like, y'all get over yourself, please, please.
Yeah, but I mean, Bad Bunny to take this on, especially after he decided not to do any shows in the
Yes,
US during this tour
love it.
intentionally.
You love it.
I'm very like I will be seated, sat Eating my popcorn. Can't
Same.
wait.
Same.
If Kendrick
I
had messages, I cannot wait to see what
Oh my
messages
goodness.
Bad Bunny pulls out.
Bad Bunny will call a thing. And that's what I'm looking forward to as well.
Do you think he's gonna
Um,
bring out J Lo?
I hope not.
I sent a
J-Lo be
video.
getting the strays, like all the strays
Well,
all the time.
and I love J Lo for many reasons, but I sent you that video. It's just so funny because I do agree that when it comes to singing, she is absolutely delusional. Girl,
Completely. Completely.
girl.
Um, she's an entertainer as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to singing, I borderline get annoyed because of what what she was to Mariah and what she's done to Ashanti. You know what I mean? She was the chaos demon that Matola used against Mariah in their divorce, and then Ashanti literally sang and wrote her music and got like zero recognition for it. So when it comes to singing, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. No, I think the reason why I still give J Lo the pass though is, I mean, she was freaking Selena. So
She should have
that
gotten an
movie,
Oscar for that
that
film.
movie for I don't know what it is about that movie in the Black community, but we love some beady beady bomb bomb. Like it's
That
just
film, and I'm sure it was because of how close it was done with her family, so it was done with
yes,
so much love. It's an
yes.
indescribably fantastic biopic.
It
Like,
really is. It's actually up there with like what love's got to do with it.
oh, absolutely. I for sure, and I know J Lo was up for the Golden Globe for that role.
Yes,
She should have
yes,
won that, and in my opinion,
yes.
she should have won an Oscar. If we're giving Oscars, and I'm sorry, I love J Law, Jennifer Lawrence. If we're giving
Oh,
Oscars to Jennifer Lawrence for shit like Silver
yes.
Linings Playbook,
Right.
quit playing with me.
Yep.
Quit playing with me. Like,
Yep.
I have Selena on DVD. Okay, it is a fantastic film. So I'm excited
Yes.
going back to Bad Bunny though. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. Yes, guys, it's gonna be in Spanish. That man rarely speaks English in interviews. Y'all think he gonna do a
Period.
halftime show for y'all
Period.
in English?
And then he's very vocal about supporting the LGBTQIA community. So I'm curious if he's going to do something like
He's
that.
a
And
member.
everybody's
He's a
going to.
member.
Is he a bisexual? Did he come out as that?
Yes.
Okay. I just remember him being like, unafraid to wear nail polish. You know what I mean?
No, he has from what I have recalled, been open about being a member of the LGBTQIA
Well, I'm
community.
reading here that says that he's not. He said in an interview, at the end of the day, I don't know if in 20 years I will like a man, but at the moment I'm a heterosexual and I like women.
Hmm.
He also
Okay.
expressed that he sees himself as fluid, like his generation, when it comes to sexual fluidity,
Well,
and say
that's
that
conflicting messaging.
his sexual orientation does not define him. That's what he says.
That's
So
conflicting messaging. It's fine if you like dudes too. It's fine. Yes, you've dated Kendall Jenner. Doesn't mean you
yes,
won't date Ken in the future. You know what I mean? It's fine. Her daddy turned into a woman. She's not going to judge you.
yeah, that's true.
So,
That's true.
okay. Well, maybe clear that up. I don't know. That man's sexuality is his choice. Love that for him and love this
Yeah.
for him. Let's
Yes.
go. Y'all still got me watching these NFL things just because of
You know
this.
what? They wanted Taylor Swift to be on it. And I think that's why they're having a conniption because she's going to be the ultimate wag, right?
Ugh. I am glad it's not Adele. No shade to Adele, but Adele, you was gonna put me to
No.
sleep, baby.
It's just it doesn't meet the moment. Like
I don't want a vocalist at the Super Bowl halftime show. The
no.
Super Bowl halftime show needs to be entertainers,
I want
not
to be
singers.
entertained. Yeah.
If all you do is sing, that is beautiful. But I love Whitney Houston, and I
I
would have never
said
wanted to see Whitney
fire.
Houston headline the Super Bowl halftime show because Whitney
That's
was a vocalist.
yeah, that's her only upbeat song. Watch it burn and
Yeah,
run
that's okay.
away. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no. Because she
Love
would
you
have been
though.
in a gown too. Like I need costume changes.
No, let's go ahead and do that residency. Go ahead and do stuff like that, but do not come onto the Super Prime Time Show stage. So, anyway, that's our last one for the day. We've given y'all plenty. It's been great. We're gonna have to move on. Let us know your thoughts. Delora, what are we recapping for the people next week?
We are doing a TBT. It's probably problematic for today's.
Probably. Probably.
It's probably problematic for today's audiences, but we are recapping 2003, or what was it?
It
Was
was
it 2000?
2003. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
It was a different time. Bringing Down the House, starring the Queen Latifah and Steve Martin.
Okay. It's available out here on these streamers. So
Yes.
you guys feel free to check it out. We'll be back with that. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Please share it with everybody that you know. We so appreciate it. We'll be back. But in the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.